Hey future York students!
I'm Sidel.
And I'm Neetha.
And welcome to the Faculty of Liberal Arts and Professional Studies Program Chat Series.
We want you to know that here in LA&PS, you will study what you love and learn what you need.
In this chat, you'll be hearing from future professors as well as current students about the program.
What it has to offer you, like internship opportunities.
And what your first year in the program may look like.
Alright, should we get started?
Yeah, let's get started.
Enjoy, everybody.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to our Liberal Arts and Professional Studies program chat. Today, we're going to be talking with a variety of different programs who all fall within the same area of interest. Within language and literature, we're going to look at German studies, Italian studies, Spanish, and Portuguese and Luso-Brazilian studies. Before we get started with our chat, I do want to say a quick word about the land upon which York University is located. This meeting is virtual, and because of that, we are not all actually gathered on the same space. York's land acknowledgement might not represent the territory that you are currently on, and I would ask that if that is the case, that you each take the responsibility to acknowledge the traditional territory that you are on and its current treaty holders. As a member of the York University community, I recognize that many Indigenous nations have long-standing relationships with the territories upon which York University campuses are located that precede the establishment of York University. York University acknowledges its presence in the traditional territory of many Indigenous nations. The area known as Takaranto has been taken care of by the Anishinaabe Nation, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, the Huron-Wendat, and the Métis. It is now home to many Indigenous peoples. We acknowledge the current treaty holders, the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. This territory is subject of the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant, an agreement to peaceably share and care for the Great Lakes region. Now I'd like to introduce a very special guest we have with us this morning, one of the professors from the Department of Linguistics and Languages, Professor Dodman. Good morning, Professor.
Good morning, Adam. It's a pleasure to be with you today. Welcome, everyone. So I'm MJ Dodman, and I'm the chair of the Department of Languages, Literatures, and Linguistics. And I'm here today to talk to you about our foreign language programs. So today our program chats are going to be from Spanish, from Italian studies, from German studies, and from Portuguese and Luso-Brazilian studies. So welcome, and I hope you enjoy these chats. Hello again, everyone. So I'm joining you to speak about Portuguese and Luso-Brazilian studies, and the program is housed in the Department of Languages, Literatures, Linguistics, and here I put on the screen a lovely picture of our new wall. We are located in the Ross South, 5th floor. So I hope that you come and visit us soon. So Portuguese and Luso-Brazilian studies, and I've started with some basic information that captures the mission of the program. I would also mention briefly the options that we offer for students, talk a little bit about our experiential and immersive opportunities, and some aspects of our course offerings and the uniqueness of the program. So the program represents one of the world's most spoken languages. It educates students about the language, the literatures, the cultures, and the cinematic productions of the Portuguese-speaking world, also known as the Lusophone world. We offer a BA and an honors minor, and of course, we also offer for all students a certificate of language proficiency in Portuguese. And this is available to any student at university that would like to have a little bit of an added value to their degree. The ability to graduate with their degree along with the certificate with proficiency in any language is a must in today's global world. We offer several experiential and immersive opportunities, which I will speak briefly next, and also some unique program offerings, and of course, are interdisciplinary. So some of our experiential and immersive opportunities consist of, we have established partnerships. We have an established partnership with a Portuguese cultural institution, a branch of the Portuguese government, the Camões Institute. We also partner with film festivals. We have an ongoing partnership with the Toronto Black International Film Festival to support showcasing several Brazils from Portuguese-speaking African nations and Brazil. We also partner often with communities, with Portuguese-speaking communities in the GTA. And of course, not everything is off campus. We have lots of opportunities to welcome guests on campus. We regularly hold our Lusophone coffee hour, which can consist of inviting an artist or a writer or an academic to talk to our students about their research. Of course, we have partners around the globe. In addition to the Camões Institute, we also partner with universities and professors working in partnership with some of our students. And the next slide, I will give you some examples of some of what these partnerships are. And of course, we have established partnerships with universities in the Portuguese-speaking world. We have several partnerships through York International with universities in Brazil, and also one university in Portugal, the Universidade Nova de Lisboa, where students can take a year abroad. The Universidade Nova de Lisboa has been highlighted as a Portuguese institution that also offers an adequate amount of courses in English as well. I would like to highlight our advanced experiential education course. This is a course that includes hands-on and community learning. It's our Portuguese 4010. And I put a brief course description. I'm not going to bore you with this course description. You can certainly see all the course descriptions on our website. But what's unique about this course is that students have to do a 10-hour community-based learning project. And this is an opportunity to not only practice professional use of Portuguese, so practice language skills, but also practice it within an authentic and immersive Portuguese speaking environment. So these are our partners that work with us on a regular basis. So we've placed students in Azores Airlines, in our partner has a branch here in Toronto, the Camões Institute. We've also had students with the Working Women Community Center, with FPTV, with Millennium, which is a Portuguese Canadian newspaper. And of course, this project is very important to all of us, the Portuguese Canadian History Project, which is actually housed at our York libraries. With a law firm and also with a magazine, etc. Tal is a magazine. So I have a basic description here of what students can earn from these experiential education opportunities. As I've said, an opportunity not only to practice their language skills in Portuguese speaking environment, but also to live meaningfully and have cultural experiences that are authentic, and they are enhanced by embodied practices of the curriculum, of course, access through informed cultural fluency and an increased understanding of the Portuguese-speaking immigrant experience. These are some of the opportunities that we offer students. So the top photo, that was actually our students in Portuguese 2000 have published books of short stories, and this is designed in partnership with a partner abroad. In this case, we've done 2 sets of these, one for Angola and another one for Timor. And this is an opportunity for our students not only to understand other Portuguese-speaking communities around the globe, but also to make a difference, because these books were donated to children that had difficulty accessing materials, printed materials. In the bottom, of course, on the right, we are here practicing capoeira. We often welcome a different set of practitioners on campus. That is our students having the ability to practice the art of capoeira. And on the left-hand side, you have a community publication. And this is a reflection from a student who took our advanced experiential education course, and then she presented this is about the benefits of being bicultural and living within two cultures. And she gives the York University as an example of such. So there are many more, but because we don't have time, I would only mention these three. I'd like to talk a little bit about some of our unique program offerings. I have a sample here, what some of our courses are like. So Luso-Brazilian Cultures and Cinemas is one of these introductory courses. The Culture and Literature of the Azores, this is a unique course. We are the only university in Canada that offers this course. This has also to do with partnerships that we have with the Azores and with our Azorean community here. And this is a way for us to also highlight the Azorean immigrant experience. We offer several courses in Brazilian issues. I've put here some of the most popular ones: Cannibal Brazil, Cultural Encounters in Literature and Film, and also Mapping Brazilian Identity. But you might remember that I spoke about interdisciplinarity. So we work with other partners in university, with other colleagues in several departments. And students have the ability to go to another department in another area and take another course in. And I've put the examples that I've listed here are from music, from political science, and from history. So students have an opportunity to take courses in other areas that have a strong Lusophone component. And certainly these are popular courses. The Samba School one, the one in music, is one that all our students gravitate to. And lastly, but not least, I want to speak a little bit about how global fluency is a vehicle for career paths. So, of course, we're going to start with the obvious. Students that are taking our degree have access to over 250 million speakers of Portuguese around the globe. You have access to an official language of 9 countries and the working language of 12, at least 12 international organizations, like Mercosul is one of them in Latin America. So there is an opportunity for students to work in teaching, in diplomacy, in international development, in translation, in all sorts of similar careers. But I would like to end by highlighting 2 very important career paths that are emerging now. So now we see a rise in need for Portuguese speakers in China and other areas in Africa. Now, this is motivated in great part by Chinese investment in Portuguese-speaking countries in China. So there is a rising opportunity here to work in that side of the world. But there's also a rise of need in local areas, in the GTA. In another couple of years, an important community center will open, and this community center is dedicated to assist our aging Portuguese-speaking immigrants, and there will be certainly a rise in Portuguese speakers, in particular, as I list here, in the healthcare and related industries. So I will finish by saying thank you, obrigada in Portuguese, and invite all interested students, of course, to access and learn more through our website. So thank you for watching. And now I'm going to pass the word to my colleague who's going to speak to you Spanish, Professor Cara Salzberg. Thank you.
Thank you, MJ. Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Fernanda Cara-Salzberg, and I'm here to talk a little bit about our Spanish program at York University. But first, I would like to say that Spanish is among the top 10 most spoken foreign languages in the country. And we currently have over 1.8 million Canadians who speak Spanish. And this explains why our alumni, they work in areas such as international business, government agencies, private industries, translation, education, law, travel and tourism, nonprofit organizations, and social media. Our faculty's areas of interest vary. We specialize in pedagogy, language acquisition, applied and social linguistics, Hispanic literatures and cultures that span across 5 centuries, film and post-colonial studies, literature and music, migration studies, memoir studies, and psychoanalysis. Now, what's great about studying in our faculty is that students are able to combine traditional arts with professional education. So those who are interested in taking Spanish, they can obtain an ordinary BA or an honors BA, but they can also combine programs and have double majors or a major and a minor. So they could study Spanish and German, or Spanish and political sciences, Spanish and history, etc. And for students who are interested in taking Spanish as an elective, we also offer a certificate in Spanish. And with this certificate, students would take 3 levels of Spanish grammar, so a total of 18 credits. For those who start taking Spanish with us from the beginning, they would take Spanish 1000, 2000, and 3000. For those who know Spanish before coming to York, they can start at Spanish 2000 or even 2010, which is Spanish for heritage learners, and then continue with Spanish 3000 in a 6-credit course at the upper level. Our courses, once again, we teach all 3 levels of Spanish grammar. We teach courses in Hispanic literature and culture, courses in Latin American film, courses in Spanish linguistics, and we also teach a capstone course, which is called Foreign Language and Digital Media. Now, this course it offers experiential learning opportunities. It is a course that is linked to our undergraduate magazine, Acentos. And this magazine belongs both to the Spanish program and to the program of Portuguese and Luso-Brazilian Studies. Now, for students taking this capstone course, once again, Foreign Language and Digital Media, they acquire practical and concrete experience with online publishing. Our magazine not only publishes news that are relevant to our students across the Spanish program, but we also publish our top essays of students who take any Spanish course within our program. And what students from 4992 is they work as part of the magazine's editorial board, and they develop collaborative skills through classroom-focused activities, but also with community-focused experiences. And this course is taught in English. Our courses are either, we offer face-to-face courses, and this is for most of them, but we also have remote synchronous courses. And next year, we plan to offer Spanish 3000 and reviewing Latin America film, television, and digital media online. Now, for the last course, Reviewing Latin America, this is a first-year course cross-listed with humanities offered in English. Now, one of the things our students love about studying with us is the opportunity to study abroad. And they can do so through York University or York International. So they can combine and exchange with their program of study. York University is affiliated with many universities across the globe. Students can study abroad for a semester or for an entire year. And they can also take courses like Spanish 3000 offered by Clinton in Mexico, or even this very interesting course we have offered by the Faculty of Environmental Studies, and that is Narratives of in Costa Rica, and this is offered in Las Nubes. So I encourage you guys to follow us through in Instagram at Spanish at York U. Please contact me if you have any questions. My email address is f as in Frank, CARRA @yorku.ca. You can also visit our website at www.yorku.ca, labs, DLLSP for Spanish. And now, thank you for listening. And I would like to pass this on to my colleague from German Studies, Christina Krenzel.
Thank you, Professor Kara Salzberg. My name is Christina Krenzle, and I'm an associate professor of German and the coordinator of the German Studies program at York University. German Studies is an interdisciplinary program that combines language instruction with the study of cultural and political history of the German-speaking world. We offer German language courses from beginner to advanced level, and we also offer a range of cultural studies courses that explore the historical events, the artistic movements, intellectual developments, and the transnational and cross-cultural connections that have shaped the German-speaking world. Students come to our program and courses for a variety of reasons, but I think the common denominator is an interest in an internationally focused education and international study and career opportunities. We offer a range of degree options. You can, of course, focus entirely on German studies in your degree, but you can also combine a major, a minor, or just a selection of electives with other fields. Students often combine German studies with another major because they see it as a way to enhance their training in a particular field. And combinations we see most often are German studies and history, German and political science. They combine German with theater or film studies, English, philosophy, just to name a few. These are all fields where the German context plays an important role, or language serves as a useful tool for study and for research. All of our upper level courses are cross-listed with other departments, our culture courses, such as English, film studies, and humanities, and can be taken for credit in those programs. So what that means is that our courses often have a very diverse group of students with different disciplinary perspectives, which makes for very rich conversations. That's one reason I really enjoy teaching in the program. It's really wonderful to see students bring their disciplinary expertise to the conversation and to teach each other. Students are also interested in our courses because they see them as a gateway to study or work abroad. York has a wide array of partner universities in German-speaking Europe, and there are opportunities to do a 1 or 2 semester exchange or summer abroad course. And our program offers 2 summer abroad courses in Berlin in the summer semester. One is a language course, and the other is a cultural studies course on the cultural history of Berlin. York also has some very exciting internship possibilities through partner institutions like the German Academic Exchange Service. These are not just an opportunity to work abroad in the summertime, but they are, CV building opportunities. They're really great work opportunities as well. Some of these are open specifically to German studies students, but we also have internships that are open to all the disciplines. So even the sciences and STEM fields. Having German, though, is really important to tap into these internship opportunities. So a lot of students enroll in our program to tap into those. A German studies degree can open many different career paths, and students I've taught in the past have gone on to really exciting fields. So many of them go on to graduate degrees in German studies, of course, but in related fields, history, law, political science. I've had students take up careers in journalism, both here in Canada and in Europe. Some of them are working in cultural institutions, in government, and NGOs. If this sounds interesting to you, then I encourage you to consider enrolling in one or more of our courses next year. You, of course, can enroll in one of our language courses, but there are also a number of cultural studies courses we're offering next year that you might be interested in at the first and second levels. German Studies offers 2 general education courses. You can take these to satisfy your humanities general education requirements. The first one is Nationalism, Authority, and Resistance, Perspectives on German Culture and Society. And it looks at the political and cultural history from the Reformation to the present, but has a particular emphasis on the 20th and 21st centuries. One of our most popular courses is The Fairy Tale, From Grimm to Disney. where we study the genre of the fairy tale from early fairy tale collections and collectors to 21st century adaptations. We discuss some of the most popular tale types, encounter lesser known stories, and look at many ways in which these tales have been adapted across time, across cultures, and in a wide range of media, including storytelling, literature, film and animation, advertising, television, comics, music, visual arts, digital media, and more. Every year we offer a range of cinema courses, and next year one you might be interested in, it's at the second level, is German cinema in Hollywood, which traces the influence of German cinema on Hollywood films and the response of German cinema towards the dominance of Hollywood cinema and the effects of globalization on film production. And it covers the period from the 1920s, the very early beginnings of cinema to the present. And finally, another course you might be interested in next year, which will be offered online, is called Utopias and Nightmares, Visions of the Future. This course examines utopian and dystopian discourses in the context of prevailing developments in science and technology from the turn of the 20th century to the present in literature, cinema, television, and a host of other media. If you have any questions about our program, please be in touch. You can visit our website. You'll find my contact information there, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. I'd like to turn things over now to my colleague, Professor Samia Tawwab, who will tell you a bit about the Italian Studies program.
Thank you, Christina. Ciao, everyone. I am Samia Tawwab. I am the coordinator of the Italian Studies program, and I look forward to welcoming all of you on campus when you get here. I would like to tell you a little bit about our program, but many students wonder, why should I be studying a language? I mean, I want a degree that gives me a job immediately. And there are so many advantages to studying languages that we all know about the serious stuff, about opportunities in the job market. But I would like to say something about another ability that languages give us. And that is every language is a reflection of its own culture. And when we learn about the language and we learn about its culture, we learn about different ways of thinking and different ways of doing things. And that makes us realize that our ways are not the only ways, and that maybe not even the right one. So I don't know, I feel that it turns a light bulb in our brain that makes us look at things in a more flexible way and develop our analytical skills, our problem-solving skills. And I personally think that these are transferable skills for everything. But then you also think, what would a language do in terms of work field? And of course, any degree, in any specialization will immediately become much more valuable if you know an additional language. Whether your future is going to be in business or in medicine, you are bound to have to navigate the international world and have to open new venues of communication. And of course, languages will give you that and will give you also certainly more opportunities in life in general and in jobs as well. And then we come to think of why Italian then of all the languages. Of course, these advantages apply to all modern languages, but what I would like to tell you about Italian is what you can do professionally with Italian will depend on how much you study of it. So I will tell you about the options that happen and what students do with us, and then you will be able to be informed and make up your own decisions. So some of our students work towards a certificate of language proficiency, which means that they take the 3 levels of language that we have in the program. And that, of course, immediately looks great on their CV. And they immediately can have access to job opportunities in cinema, in music, in the food industry, in fashion. And some of our students actually helped with the film festival, the Toronto Film Festival a few years ago. In the part where they were working with the Italian movies, of course, because one of our colleagues is an authority on cinema and is connected to the festival, and he managed to get his students to enjoy this experience. And many other students tell me that they find jobs in restaurants just because they can pronounce the names of Italian food well. And this, like, you don't have to graduate to be doing these things. These are part-time opportunities that you can have access to them with a minimal level of fluency. But then other students would pursue a BA or a major in Italian. And this is when you attain a professional level of competency that leads to either better positions in these same fields that I mentioned before, or also other professional work like in tourism, in international business, in teaching. And we often hear now that there isn't really a market for a teachable in Italian, which is not true. I tell you that the interest is growing and you just have to know where. Some areas, some geographical areas in Greater Toronto still have schools that teach Italian and still need teachers that would know Italian and teach that. So this is another option. An additional option, of course, for all languages is translation. And I am working currently, I am organizing an internship for my students. 6 of my students are going to be getting professional training in translation from an Italian magazine in Italy. And they are going to be translating from Italian into English. And the editors of these magazines are going to be the ones to provide the professional training. And it's very serious and formal, and it lasts 6 months, after which, of course, they will be able to think about this field and see if they can actually, this is theirs or not. So it will be really a good experience. What else would I like to tell you? We have students who choose Italian for the completion of their language requirements for some degrees here at York. And for all our language programs, we have students from the Schulich School of Business who complete these requirements. And some of them, of course, do it with Italian. And I was just chatting with one of my students, and she asked me for a reference letter because she is applying for an exchange program at the Bocconi. Of course, the Bocconi is a very prestigious university, and it's one of the most prestigious universities in Europe, not just in Italy. And she will study there in the international business program. So that is already delivered in English. She doesn't need Italian for her academic experience. But what she is aware of is that when she studies Italian, when she learns Italian, while she is there, she's not going to be just for camping for academic experience. She's going to be living the experience. She will have access to culture. She may engage with the people and make friendships, which of course will make her experience much more valuable and much more significant. So these are all opportunities that you don't have to be specialized in Italian to pursue. It can be in addition to whatever you're doing. And some students, like, they go on the websites and find all the information, but they still are not sure. So I thought to tell you about the courses. What is it about our courses? What's the content? What do we teach? Within our Italian studies program, we have a language program. And I say language program because they are not just like language courses. They are actually a program that we have been working with an Italian publisher, and it has levels within the same program, and they are consistent with the international language benchmarking. So when you finish learning with us and you move into the States or in Italy, you can just pick up where you left off because you know where you are. And we have a beautiful online platform, and the students like the interactive nature of learning. And that also allow us to teach differently. And if the student, for example, we can assign to them the homework on the platform and they do it interactively. And then I go and see, and at the end, we just discuss the problems that came up that most people struggled with, rather than sitting there and taking up all the exercises of grammar. So this way we have more time in class to dedicate to writing and to speaking, which is much more engaging and much more enjoyable and beneficial to the students. And then we have also a small course, a 3-credit course on Italian linguistics. It's just an intro course. And the way we do is that we employ it to apply these principles of theoretical linguistics to the learning of Italian. So we don't prepare you to specialize in linguistics per se, but we make it a useful tool for you while you are learning Italian as a foreign language to get into these analytical skills and the depth of the structure. And it's very enjoyable. And what else do we have? We have first-year courses. These are general education courses that all first-year students take, and we have 3 of them. And the way they are designed is that they provide a coherent whole of the foundation of Italian culture. One of them, they are actually all very popular, but one of them is Italian cinema. And you learn about the social transformation of the Italian society from the period of the Second War to the present, basically. And it's you watch 12 movies, 12 of the most important films in Italian cinema to guide you through that. So yes, you watch movies and it's enjoyable, but at the same time, you are learning about the history, you're learning about politics, you're learning about art, and it is really popular and it's a good course. Another course examines, the title is Italians in North America, and it examines the impact of our local culture and language in the Canadian context on the culture and language of Italian immigrants who came in the 50s and what happens to their identities, how they accustomed to life here. Now, of course, we are talking about third generation or fourth generation, and the community of Italians have already integrated in the society. However, the heritage is still there, and what happened since then to now, this new identity that has the biculture, the bilanguage being, and which resonates actually to all of us, because many of us are in a way immigrants, and whatever happens in this Italian case must have happened to either us or people that we know. And then we have another course, still a general ed course that is very important. It's called The Great Ideas and the Master Works. And it looks into the role that influential Italian thinkers and writers and artists and philosophers and scientists and literary figures have played into what we call the Western culture today, the ideas and notions of liberty and freedom that came from the works of these thinkers. So the students come to this course and they don't know what to expect. They think it's a literature course. And of course, we read some literary texts, but we also read nonfiction, and they find themselves learning about Gothic art and Renaissance art, and it is fascinating. And this year, I was fortunate to help with this course, and my students had a favorite. I was asking them at the end of the course, and what they loved much is what touched them and taught them something new, a book that is called On Crime and Punishment by Cesare Beccaria, a book from the 18th century that had such an impact on the constitutions of many countries to ban the death penalty. And that, of course, stirred the conversation in class, and it was such an enriching experience. The course is multidisciplinary, and it looks into so many aspects of Italian culture and its role in Western civilization, and it's just a good course. We have many other courses that I would like to talk about, but I don't want to talk too much, and I'm always available if you come later and talk to me. I just would like to tell you that, especially over the last few years, we have been looking at our program, and we have been adjusting it more to non-Italian speaking students. We would like every student to be able to take Italian courses. And of course, if you take Italian language, then you are learning the language. But if you are taking Italian culture or you are taking Italian literature, you can have access to these courses without any prerequisites of Italian. So everything is in translation. And when we say that the course is delivered in English, it's not just about the language of instructions. Like we search the market and we find for you bilingual translation so that you enjoy the presence of the original text in Italian, but you also have the comfort of having the text in English for if you don't know Italian, of course, you will need that. Some of our courses, again, are about media, development of culture, the effect of media on the development of the Italian language, which is a huge topic. And we also have, I am very excited actually about this course to tell you. And Christina was just talking about the fairy tale and about their beautiful course on the fairy tale. We are also offering a course. It's in the books for next year. And I am happy because it's the first time we are offering it in many, many years. And it's called the Italian Novella. And the word novella means short story, but it also means something new. So it's about telling something that is short and new, something that's exciting. And that is based on oral culture and oral tradition, that there was no writing, so everything was oral. And that was what we call now, when we examine this period, oral literature, because it was the only form of literature. So what would happen in that genre? What features would make sure that the listener will remember and will enjoy and will come for more? So this is how it was before even the Middle Ages. And then we start with the Middle Ages. We start with Boccaccio, who is, of course, the writer of the masterpiece of Decameron. But then we trace the genre of the storytelling and the art of the storytelling up to modern time to see how modern writers have dealt with that, what features they kept, what changes, and why, what were they talking about, what values are new. And it's just like we are excited about it, and we hope that you will enjoy it. We strongly believe in the need of this culture exposure, and that's why we have many courses on culture, but we also try to organize for events for you when it's possible. After the lockdown, we will be able again to offer conversational cafe and movie nights. Last month, I took my students to a workshop on medieval calligraphy, and they enjoyed it very much. We were talking about how media affects language, and think about when they were writing manuscripts, and the art of the strokes, and how to write, and how long would it take to produce a manuscript. And then we came to writing, and we came to the internet, and how that affects language itself. So there is so much to learn about. And if you would like to learn more, please visit our websites. I have all the information for you here, and you can contact me as well. I'm happy to take your question and to meet with you. So of course, this was like a quick idea about what we do. I am sure you may have some other questions. Here is our website. Visit the website. It has so much for you to learn about the program. And you also can contact me anytime you wish. And I would love to hear from you. Thank you. Ciao.
Hope you enjoyed the program chat, everyone.
If you have any questions about our LA&PS programs, be sure to visit our website to learn more.
And make sure to stay in touch with us for a chance to win a $100 gift card to the York Bookstore. The link to our website is in the description box below.
You can also send your questions to us, the LA&PS student recruitment team.
We'd love to hear from you, so send us an email at goyork@yorku.ca.
And we look forward to seeing you all on campus next year.
Bye.
Bye.